Good afternoon. This is Derek Kopp, and welcome to another conversation of Change Your Mindset, Change the World. Today, I want to talk with you about something that's very near and dear to my heart, very vulnerable for me to speak to, and frankly, less than a year ago, I probably wouldn't be having this conversation with you. Really, it is about living in the gifts, living with the gifts that God has given to you, given to me. And I'll start off by saying in this conversation, I'm going to reference God a lot because in my worldview, God has given me gifts. God created me with the talents that He has given me. You may not have the same worldview that I have, but I encourage you to watch this video because I think you'll be able to take the principles that I'm talking about and apply them to your life, even with a different worldview. When I was growing up, I was very aware that even in elementary school, high school, college, that I felt that others judged me because I cared too much about things and I thought too deeply about things. Now, my parents were very supportive of me. My sisters were very supportive of me, but I got this feeling that others were judging me for who I was, and so I wanted to be like them. In fact, I remember in 5th grade wanting to go to help class for math after school. Now, one of the gifts that God has given me is I'm naturally good at math. I'm naturally good at numbers. There's plenty of gifts that I'm not good at, things that I'm not good at, but numbers and math is one of those things that naturally God has gifted me with. But I felt like a lot of the cool kids in class, a lot of the kids that I wanted to be friends with went to help class for math after class. And so I wanted to go hang out with them. And so I asked my mom one day, I said, I'd like to go to math class after school, and she, with a question on her face, said, okay, that's fine if you want to do it. So I went there and everybody looked at me like I was the oddball out. Well, I already felt like the oddball out. I was the oddball out, but I was trying to fit in. I never went back to math help class because it didn't make sense for me, but I was trying to do things that made sense for other people but didn't make sense for me because I didn't want to accept fully who I was because I didn't want to be judged for it. Even into my career, I remember I had a coworker and we had several conversations in the hallway about a host of different things, but one of his comments always back to me was, Derek, you care too much. Let it go. Just stop caring about these people. Stop caring about these problems I have with them. Stop caring, Derek. You care too much. And you know what I did? I listened to him. And I listened to what I felt other people judging me for, what I was good at, and I accepted their perspective on who I was. And so I tried to be different than who I was. I tried to think faster. I tried to care less. And, it was really frustrating because I couldn't think faster. I'm not a big picture guy. I can't see how 15 pieces of logic are going to fit into place, and then if you do A, B, C, D all the way through J, K, L, that you're going to get this result at the end. I don't see that. That is not my gift. And I tried to step into areas of work and career and stuff that needed that gift, and it was very frustrating because I was trying to do things that didn't make sense for me because I just wanted to fit in. I wanted to belong. It's a very ironic thing to say, but I was hiding from who I was so that I could be seen by others. But yet by hiding who I was not being seen by others because I was just trying to fit in. It's a very ironic thing that caused a lot of tension and a lot of frustration, but that's what was happening. I was wanting to fit in by hiding but yet be seen, and I couldn't figure out why I was very frustratable in life. Well, it didn't work out very well because running from the gifts that God gave me doesn't work out very well. He created me and He gave me these specific things, and I said, I don't want those, I want something else. It's harsh to say, but if you're not accepting of the gifts that God has given you, you're judging God for what He gave to you and how He made you. I was doing that. Well, in the last year or so, I came to terms with the fact that God gave me gifts that He didn't give to others in the way He gave them to me. I care a lot. I'm very compassionate. I'm very passionate about things. I think deeply. I think slowly. I don't move quickly. And I always thought those were bad things. But I've learned to say, you know what, this is what God has given me, and this is what I'm going to do with it. And in the world of coaching, well, first of all, my world transformed because all of a sudden I stopped trying to hide who I was, and I stopped trying to be seen to be like other people, and I just was me. And all of a sudden, everything transformed because the Derek, who nobody ever knew before, all of a sudden showed up on the scene. And living an authentic, genuine self is a joyful experience. Living a hiding, trying to fit in while trying to be seen life is exhausting. It is not authentic. It is not genuine. It is made up and somewhat fake. Maybe it's all the way fake. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. When I step into a coaching conversation, when I step into speaking in front of a group of people, there's something that I'm able to bring to the table that other people aren't. And it's not that I'm better than they are or they're better than me. They're just different. And I never accepted the fact that I could be different and be okay with that. And as I've stepped into this space that I believe that God has specifically called me to and given me a gift in, I've been able to watch other people's lives transform. Because God has given me a gift to listen to what other people say, to hear what they're saying and what they're not saying, and pull on those threads and help them see things in a way they've never seen them before so they can change a fundamental part of their life. And all of a sudden, people who have struggled with confidence their entire life have confidence. People who have struggled to know what their purpose in life is, they have purpose in life. People who have struggled to do the right thing in life, all of a sudden, they're able to do the right thing in life because I first was willing to do what I'm good at and not try and be like other people. I've learned this lesson recently and put these words to it. See if it resonates with you. The thing that I was most scared to do is the thing that I was to do best. And the reason I was scared to do it was because it was the thing most different about me. I'll say it again. The thing that I was most scared to do is the thing that I was best at. And the reason I was scared to do it is because it's the thing that was most different about me. It saddens me to think of all the conversations that I missed out on in the years gone by because I wasn't being genuine and authentic and I was trying to show up as somebody else to be like somebody else. Now, I don't share any of this with you to impress you by any means, any stretch of the imagination, but I share it with you to impress upon you that God has given you gifts. You have talents and gifts and a special way that you show up in the world that nobody else can. You are able to bring a special genuineness and authenticity and joy to the room, to a conversation in a way that nobody else can because you are you. Dr. Seuss from Horton Hears a Who says, people are people no matter how small. People are people no matter what their gift is. People are people no matter how they show up in the world. Show up in the world as you were made to show up in the world. Do the things that bring you the most joy. Do the things that you are most talented and skilled to do. And you ask now a very practical question. Derek, what in the world are these things that I am supposed to be good at doing? Because I don't know what they are. James Clear, in his book, Atomic Habits, chapter 18, he asks 4 questions to help kind of identify what are these things that you're naturally good at. And I'm going to read through these 4 questions with you. They are not my questions. Unashamedly, I am stealing from James Clear here. The first one is, what feels like fun to you but work to others? If you look around, what do you enjoy doing that others don't necessarily enjoy doing? And he says in the book, the work that hurts you less than it hurts others is the work that you are called to do. So what work hurts you less than it hurts others to do? What makes you lose track of time? What do you find yourself just being naturally drawn to and lose track of time while doing it? And you may say, yeah, but I can't make any money off of that. Well, forget about the money for a minute and just enjoy doing it. See what comes of it. Let yourself just go into flow and enjoy doing it. It is nearly impossible to do something in a flow state that just naturally flows and not find it somewhat satisfying. Where do you get greater returns than the average person? If you think about the things that you do that you just naturally get good results at, what are those things? Start looking around and start paying attention to what do you do that other people really struggle to do and you still get the same results. Do more of that. What comes naturally to you? Whenever you feel genuine and authentic, you're headed in the right direction. Now, I'm fully aware that you may never completely come to terms with the answer to these 4 questions. I may never come completely to terms with the answer of these 4 questions, but you know what? Being aware of the questions helps orient me in the direction of answering those questions. It helps orient me in the direction of doing what I do best. So maybe this sounds like bad advice, maybe it is, but I don't think that it is. Forget answering the questions and just keep on asking yourself the questions. Become aware of the questions. What feels like fun to you and work to others? What makes you lose track of time? Where do you get greater returns than the average person, and what do you naturally gravitate to? What comes naturally to you? Don't let the days and the months and the years pass by hiding and yet trying to be seen because you're afraid to be yourself. Be genuine and be authentic, because when you are, you can change your mindset, and when you change your mindset, you can change the world.